Hey, Miles here, milesbeckler.com. In this video, you're going to learn how to advertise on Facebook. This is a September of 2018 update. I'm going to show you inside of the Ads Manager as it currently is today because they're always changing it. So we're going to launch a campaign together. You're going to follow along on my screen on my computer. I'm essentially implementing my $5 Facebook ads strategy. You can learn much more about that strategy through the playlist I have here on the channel. I'll put the link to the blog post in the description. And the biggest part that you really want to follow one of those two links for is because I teach you how to analyze the data when you start getting data back in. I went back to an older ad set and I analyzed the data 4 times in 4 weeks because it's not just about launching your campaigns on Facebook to the world, but it's how do you analyze it? Is it working? What do I increase? What do I decrease? What do I scale, etc. So that's really important. And the resources for you on that are the playlist for the $5 Facebook campaigns or the blog post for that. Now, again, as I mentioned, we're doing that $5 Facebook ad strategy. This is the brief overview of what it looks like. We're going to set up one campaign that's going to be a website conversion campaign because we want to leverage Facebook's machine learning system. I'm going to focus it on the lead level. You need 50 conversions per ad set per week in order to get that benefit of running these kinds of campaigns. That's why I'm not kind of focusing these on checkout or add to cart conversions, but lead conversions for my business. Then we run each ad set individually. There's one interest per ad set. I start them at $5 per day, and then we run all of them back to one ad. So all of the social proof cumulative from all of these different ad sets really builds the engagement on our one ad. So this is kind of an overview image that I created to try to make it understandable of what we're creating. Now I have a little notepad. The demographics, the interests I'm going to include. I got these from the Audience Insights tool here in Facebook. I have a video that teaches you how to do that. The video is called Steal Your Competitors' Customers. Then I have my exclude audiences. These are people who have already taken actions that I don't want to see my ad, right? So somebody who's already a customer or already a lead or already at my website or has engaged on a post, I want to remove them from the audience so they don't actually see the ad because they've already taken an action. Then I've got the ad copy and I'll show you how to go pull your past ads as well. So that's it for the setup, and let's jump right in. One more thing, there is one more thing on the setup. I'm using custom conversions to identify the goal. I'm using the website pixel, the Facebook pixel, and the custom audiences. I have separate videos on each of those if you need to learn how to use those to get them in place. But moving forward at this level, you need to have those things in place. So I click the green create button to get started, and I'm going to name this campaign just with my brand and then today's date. So 8/31/18. And then I want to set this to a conversion-based ad. Now I'm going to simply copy the campaign and duplicate the name as the ad set and the ad. If yours doesn't look like this, if you've got a very different look, you want to switch here to the quick creation. They have the guided creation, which is another way to build campaigns. This is how I run it, obviously, and then we save to draft. So our approach is to set up one campaign with one ad set. Then we're going to launch it to the world. This is kind of our framework. This is our skeleton. Then once it's launched, we go back in and we duplicate out those ad sets and it'll pick up the ad and everything gets easy. It'll make sense in a minute. Welcome to the new ads creator. Here on the left, this is the big area that has changed, and this is really helpful for creating ad sets like this. You'll see how that works here in a moment. So the first thing we're looking at here is we got the campaign name. We're on the campaign level. Then there's the ad set level and the ad level. Everything looks good on the campaign level. So we click into the ad set level here on the left, and it brings us in. Now you can see the first question it has is, what is my conversion event location? This is a custom conversion I have already set up. This is a custom conversion based on a page that they reach. This tells Facebook they brought me the kind of person I want, someone who converted. So this is what Facebook's machine learning is going to optimize for. I need to get 50 conversions per week in order to really get the benefit of that, which is why I focus on the lead level. Now they're always adding new things. I keep it really simple with how I set these up. I run $5 a day to start start. I'm trying to force Facebook to bring me the highest quality traffic that they can, and I only increase my budget on ad sets that prove to bring me leads and sales within my KPI or key performance indicator. So it wants to automatically run. That's totally cool. Now we get into the audience part, and I want to set up not just a custom audience, but I want to use those exclusion audiences that we talked about. So if you just type in here, this is what it's going to include. So if you want to retarget your website visitors, you search for your website visitor audience here, and that will retarget them. I want to set my framework up to exclude all of the people who have taken action that I don't want them to retake. So I've got it written down so I don't forget, but ultimately I'm going to search for these real quick. I name them pixel when they use the pixel. So I've got 3 pixels I'm going to add here. I'm going to add all of these. So essentially these are pixel based audiences. When someone kind of takes a specific action that I want them to take, they get added to these pixel audiences. Then I exclude them from my main campaign. Let me go take a look at my notes, make sure I get all of these. So I got the pixels. I want my visitors. Let's type in visitors because I named. And you name these whatever you want. I am going to, all visitors is the big one that I want to remove. And then let's go look at post engagement. So this is something you can set up that's pretty good. The post engagement for anyone who's engaged on your post or your ad, what that will do is it will eliminate anyone who has kind of left you a comment or given you a thumbs up on your advertisement. They will no longer see your ad. So it keeps your frequency number of your advertising down based on people who have engaged. So if somebody gives you an angry face or leaves a comment like, why am I seeing this? I don't want to see this. That will instantly exclude them through this engagement audience. And if somebody says thumbs up, thank you, I got it, it'll also exclude them from that audience. So you don't keep displaying your ad to somebody who doesn't need to see it. I want them to find more people who haven't seen my ad. That's how I help force them to do that. So for me, on this brand, I go for the big 4, Australia, United Kingdom, Canada, and the US. So I just type these in here. Give me one quick second. Perfect. So this is where I'm advertising, and then I leave languages blank unless if you're doing English-based advertising. Not many people put that their language is English, so this can actually eliminate people. For my gender, I have 25 to 39-year-old women. So let me set that up real quick. Women. Now this is the detailed targeting. This is the interest-based advertising that we're doing. So this is where I take what I got from the Facebook Audience Insights tools, those competitors of mine whose audience I can steal. I'm going to go 1 interest per ad set, and I'll show you how we duplicate that out over time. But for right now, I just put in the first one, which is yoga. So it should pull right up. Click on it. So yoga, the interest. Now I'm focusing this ad set on yoga, and I want to click out of there. It's always trying to get us to expand our interests. Facebook is trying to give you an infinite number of ways for you to essentially spend your money. I choose not to use this because I'm split testing all of my audiences. This Facebook mashes up everybody in the world into one audience. You don't know what is working and what isn't working, and you're reliant on their machine learning system. I prefer to keep everything separated out into ad sets so I can see clearly the yoga ad set is not converting well, the Oprah ad set is converting well. I then move my budget from the yoga ad set to the Oprah ad set that's converting well. That's the basic theory. I leave the connection type off. This is how you would choose somebody who's connected to your fan page. And then I edit placements. Again, Facebook loves to spend our money as advertisers, and I'm not really a fan of them wasting my money. So I turn off actually just about everything except for Facebook feeds, which takes a quick minute. If you are wanting to advertise in Instagram or you're wanting to advertise in stories, I highly recommend that you create a separate advertisement that is specifically tailored for the user experience in that area. I'm creating an ad that is specifically designed for the timeline. That's all I want to do is show up in the main Facebook timeline. So that's it. I've got it Facebook feeds. I'm going to get a warning at the bottom. Facebook says, warning, you're going to get fewer engagements, but don't worry, they have 2 point something billion people that you're advertising and reaching to. I let it go to all mobile devices. Sometimes you want to choose only when connected to Wi-Fi. What that will do is generally limit your audiences to people when they're at home on their mobile devices or at work or somewhere where they've taken time to log in. This may mean that they have a higher likelihood of grabbing their credit card and purchasing your OTO if that's something you're interested in. Test it on and off. It obviously limits the reach of your audience in that, but it's something that you can ultimately play with to see how it works. Everything down here in optimization and delivery, I leave exactly as it is. I'm just gonna let it run as is. Then I'm gonna scroll up and see if I got it right, because there's a lot of little moving pieces here and I don't wanna miss anything. Edit placements, perfect. Connection type, yep. Yoga, okay. Let's see here. Women 25 to 39. Got my countries dialed in right. And I'm excluding all of my main audiences, and that's it. So it says that my reach is 320 to 1300. I just flat out don't believe that number, because when you hover here, you can see that yoga interest has 186 million individuals in it, and there's no way I'm excluding that many. So I'm literally just gonna ignore this, and they even say that my results are likely to differ from that. Now I'm done in the ad set level. So I just click over here on the next lower level that's indented, and that brings me to the advertisement. Now I don't have an ad, so it's like, oh no, you don't have an ad. This is a huge error. Obviously, the first thing we want to do here is choose the page that we're actually advertising through. If you want to run on an Instagram account, you choose an Instagram placement. But again, please, please, please separate out your Instagram ad campaigns and run native ads that are good for Instagram. It's a different shaped image. It's a different user experience. Honor that and you'll get better results. I guarantee it. So ad name, I'm just going to leave this up here. Actually, I'm going to put new just to keep myself organized, because it'll make sense in a minute what's going on. So there's essentially two things we can do here. We can create a new ad, or we can use something that we've already created through this use existing post. I want to show you how to do both. We're going to set up a new ad first real quick, just to give you a quick idea of how I do that. It's not my most thought out ad, because I'm trying to show you how to set up an ad. Then I'm going to show you how I go grab one of the other ads in case you have an ad that you've been running that you want to keep all of that kind of social proof in your direction. I like image ads, that's there. I'm gonna select an image. We have the ability to, let me see here, it's gonna bring me in. So this brings up account images. It's looking through all of your past images you've put up, but you can click on stock images and you get free stock images from Shutterstock. I'm gonna put stress woman. One quick second here. Now, the whole point of my advertisement, and I've got a lot of videos that go into the art of writing advertisements. The whole point is I'm offering a meditation to help them relieve from stress. So a picture of a stressed out woman is kind of where I want to go. I'm gonna do that one right there. I think that's a good example. I'm gonna click confirm. So now I have an image. I'm gonna send them to a website. So I'm gonna enter the URL is what it wants next, which I've got down here. The display link, I'm going to put the same thing. Now it's going to start building this ad over here on the left for me, and we have essentially three areas of text that we can work. So there's this text box up top, there's the headline, and then there's the newsfeed link description. And it's built very similar to how it's laid out here. The text goes above the image, like the normal post that you create. The headline is the big bold content here, and then the newsfeed link description is a little extra text. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my above image text here, and I'm going to pop that in there. You're going to see it build it out as we go. And I'm okay with that display link being this here. Then the headline, I want to use this. And then a very simple call to action. Click the Learn More button now is essentially, I'm telling them what I want them to do. The Learn More button, some people I know tested it and they actually got the better results with the Learn More. It allows you to create overlays in different languages. I really don't. I keep this all super simple. It's got it already set up on my correct pixel, and that's it. At this point, I'm ready to publish this advertisement. Then you want to wait until you start getting traffic to this one ad. You want to see that the ad has been reviewed and that it's working. You want to see your first few pennies spent in the deliverable on this ad set. Then you come back and you clone it out repeatedly. But you want to let it get traffic and get approved by Facebook first, so you don't give them 30 different ads to approve all at the same time. You give them one, let them approve it, go back, and when you start your duplication process, it duplicates already approved ads. Now, I'm not going to publish this as is because I want to show you how to pull in an ad that's already working. But if you created your ad, you click publish in the bottom corner and it goes out. For those of us who have ads we've been using, you simply click use existing post. And I'm actually going to need to kind of change windows a little bit and go grab that old ad because I don't have the URL open. And when use existing post comes up, there's going to be a link down here that says enter a post ID. So it wants me to be able to select a post, but this enter post ID allows you to put in the ID from any post you've ever published, whether a hidden post that was just an ad or an actual previous post. So I need to go real quick and grab that URL. This is all going to stay here. I click this edit window and it slides off. Now I'm going to X out of the campaigns. We'll get right back to it. So I'm back in the ads manager, and this ad right here is the one I want to grab. So I am actually the lower version. They're about the same thing. So I've selected the ad I want to include. I click the little edit kind of pencil, and then I've got this box with the arrow pointing out. I'm going to click this and I'm going to say, I want to see the post, Facebook post with comments. I hold Control and click and it opens it in a new tab. So now this is the actual post, the real post that I want to copy. And right at the end, you see this long string of numbers. This is the post ID. So I simply copy the post ID. And you can see I've reached 48,000 people. This one's got, hundreds of comments, hundreds of shares. So I want to bring that social proof into my current ad set itself. Now that I've copied, again, the post ID from the end here, then I'm going to go back into my current ad set I'm working with. So I click the edit. It slides that all the way over. So this is the edit window that pops out. I uncheck the one I just grabbed, and here is my new ad because I put new in it so I could see it, and it's got my name. So I tick the box and then I go click the pencil and it's going to slide that window out, and now I'm back in the edit screen where I left. I hope that wasn't too confusing, but that's just kind of how it works. So again, by default it says create ad. I've chosen use existing post, and now I'm going to post or paste, not post, in, and I click submit my actual ad ID, and you'll see it just goes and pulls up that exact ad for me. So it's got all my social proof right in here, and I'm going to click publish. Now, since this ad was already active, it's going to launch more quickly. What we've essentially just done is built out the basic structure that I'm going to leverage for my additional kind of audience insights, right? So I've done the yoga one here. Now I need to go create these. You can add up to 25 in sequence really, really efficiently. This tool on the left of Facebook's ad manager, it gets a little iffy after you get to 25. It only is built to hold 25. I used to say do 30 ad sets. You still can, you just kind of got to go back and do it manually. So it's really easy up to 25. Now, in this image, right, we have our campaign, all of our different ad sets, this is our goal, and our one ad. Now I want you to look over here. So this is our campaign. The least indented one is the campaign level. The first indentation is our ad set, and then we have all of our ads. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click here on the ad set level, right, the middle one, and give it one quick second. It'll pop up my options, and then I'm going to duplicate. Oops, I clicked twice. Forgive me. Now it's going to ask me, how many times do you want to duplicate this over? Now you have the ability, I don't want to add any placements, that's new. Stay out of here, Facebook. So you can duplicate out as many as you have, right? So I could easily just go tell it, what do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can go tell it 6, but I want to show you how to do it one by one just so it's really easy. So I click duplicate. Again, I was on the ad set, the middle level right here, and I clicked duplicate. one time, and you can set it to 20 if you have 20, and you see what it did? It just created a copy version right here. So this is my original ad set. This is the original ad. It copied that, and I've got this new one here. So I've got the copy in the name that shows me what I'm working with, and what I want to go down to is right where I put in yoga last time. Everything else stays the exact same. I remove yoga, and now I'm going to go add what my second one is, which is Gaia TV. I think it's Gaia TV. Gaia TV. Nope, that didn't pull up. So I think it was Gaiam. There it is, Gaiam TV. So now on the right, I can see the different interests. So Gaiam has 243,000. This is the bigger one, so that's what I'm choosing. Then to keep myself organized, and I didn't really write yoga in the first one, now I'm going to put Gaiam here. And this just helps me on the reporting side. It allows me to really easily kind of keep an eye on things. So to keep it super organized, this was my first one that was for yoga. So I'm going to click in here, and you can see it's highlighted blue now. I'm going to go ahead and add yoga, just so I know what interest it is. So when I'm looking at them, I just get a quick idea of what is working when I'm looking at the different, analyzing the data, which you'll see in those videos below. So now I want to kind of duplicate this out again. I'm going to show you how I can duplicate, and I can duplicate either. I can duplicate the Gaiam level or the yoga. It doesn't matter. They're essentially the same thing. So I want to duplicate, and I'm going to choose to do 3 duplications at this point. And what it does is it highlights them all green and it adds the word copy. So that's how I'm identifying. So on the left, you can see these are my 3 new ones. It has added copy to the name. Now it by default has set this up where they're all 3 highlighted. Do you notice this one's blue, this one's blue, this one's blue? Now if you do any edits here, it's going to edit all 3 of them. This is why I recommend if you're new, go one at a time. It'll save you some oops, I just accidentally changed 10 things I didn't want to moments. So now I've highlighted the next one in my series. You can see it says Gaiam copy, so I know I'm in the right place. And then I go, the next one is Oprah. So I scroll down to my interests, I eliminate Gaiam, and then I go type in Oprah. Oprah Winfrey. Click on that. I scroll to the top. And I type in Oprah. Now, this ad set is done. Then I'm going to click on the next one. I'm only going to do these 3 more times. I'm not going to go do all the rest of the ones I had. I just want to show you really clearly. Headspace, which is a meditation app. I'm just going to type that in here since I'm up top. And now I scroll down. And I X Gaiam out. And I type in Headspace. And I want this one. I could probably actually set up one for each. And again, I would set them up separately, but I just want the one that says Headspace. So I'm done there. I click on the next one that still has Gaiam copy as a name. I click X from the Gaiam here. My next one is meditation. Here's meditation. So that's 113,000. And if I wanted, obviously I could do any one of my other ones. I could do Eckhart Tolle, who's an author. ECKH, was that it? Yep, there he is. So he's an author, he's got 1 million. And this is the game. 1 interest per ad set is ultimately what we're doing here. And I come up to the top and I make sure I put Eckhart Tolle up here. And that's it. So at this point, I've gone through the ad set level of each and every one of them, right? I only worked the ad set, but below each, it has duplicated out the different advertisements. So when I click on this, you're going to see it automatically used that same existing post. So it automatically pulls in the one advertisement on all of these different ad sets for me. And that's really the name of the game. I want to show you this image one more time to really make sure this is clear. So we started by creating the framework. It was the name of the campaign, the name of the first ad set, and the name of the ad. I went in, essentially the campaign was all done. The real work comes in the ad set level where we're focusing on our demographics, we're focusing on what audiences we're including or excluding, and we're adding our first interest at that point. Then we change where we want it to display. I wanted it only in feeds. If you want it to be on Wi-Fi, only for mobile, only desktop, only mobile, etc. All of that's handled in the ad set, and you want to get all of that set up once. You don't want to go back in and change ad sets once they're published. Then we either built the ad or we grabbed the ad, we kind of reused an old ad that has some social proof. Then we launched that to the world. So it was one campaign, one ad set, one ad. And then we've used this new duplication feature to duplicate out ad sets 2, 3, 4, 5. And we just go into each one, we change the interest, we change the name on the ad set. It automatically links it over to our ad for us. Then we go to the next, then we go to the next. And really, it's that simple. That is how I'm still building my campaigns, and I've been building my campaigns in this way for probably 2.5 years at this point. My last campaigns that I just finished running ran about 20,000 leads in 30 days with an average cost per lead of about 34 cents. When you take into account all of my one-time offer sales and my one-click upsell sales, it cost me about $500 to bring in 20,000 leads. This is the potential of Facebook advertising. And again, when I'm going through this process, I want to set up each and every ad set as a standalone interest or custom audience or lookalike audience, right? One per ad set, and I make them all compete against each other. I force Facebook to put them into competition, and I monitor which ones are bringing me leads within my KPIs or key performance indicators. I then monitor which one of these ad sets are bringing me in customers with OTO sales within my key performance indicators. The ones that bring me leads and customers at a good deal, I go add more money. I take them from $5 to $10, $10 to $20, 20 to 30, and I keep going incrementally. I rarely increase them more than $10 or $20 a day. I increase the budget and then I let it sit for a couple of days and I go, look, how did my numbers do? Did my numbers keep up? Did my numbers go upside down? If the numbers are still within my KPI, I increase my budget a little bit more. This is a very broad overview of how to analyze the videos. I will make sure probably here is going to be a link to a video series that really goes in depth. You actually follow me along with a campaign. It's a 4-video series. Always give yourself like 24 to 48 hours for Facebook to start driving you quality traffic, but that's the name of the game. Then you monitor it, you turn off the ones that suck, and suck means really expensive leads and really expensive customers, and you add more money to the ones that don't suck, that bring you in great price leads and value priced customers. And that, my friend, is how I advertise on Facebook with the newest Facebook Ad Manager update. This again was recorded on August 31st of 2018. So this is a great update for the last quarter for Q4 of Facebook advertising. Go forth and create your success, my friend. Create your luck. It's massive action is what really gets the job done. You'll learn a lot by going through the motions. I hope this video has been helpful and valuable. If it has, give me a thumbs up here. Feel free to grab the URL and share it in a group if you know a bunch of entrepreneurs who would get value from seeing how this is done. If you have any questions for me about the process, about my advertising strategy, or anything, get at me in the comments. When I have time, I do try to respond to as many comments as I can. And on that note, I'm going to call it. So go forth, create your ad campaigns, test your ad sets against each other, build all of your social proof up into one advertisement. You get one of these behemoth ads that has thousands of shares and likes, and it just adds so much value when a new person getting exposed to your brand for the first time sees all that social proof on your advertisement. It really adds a lot, and this is how I do it. On that note, I'm gonna call it. So thanks for your time. I look forward to connecting with you on the next video. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't. Got a new video coming out in a few days. It's gonna be awesome. Until we connect again, thank you very much for your time, and be well.